Welcome back. Often when people find themselves in debt, the only way out they can see is taking loans. Incurring debt to pay off debt only perpetuates this catastrophic cycle, and money psychologist Winnie Kunene has her own ideas about how you can free yourself financially without digging the hole deeper. The reality, Winnie, is that we are earning not a lot of money, okay? You have a bond, you have a car, you're not an overspender. You have a bond, you've got a car, you've got education for the kids, you've got groceries, you need to live. You're not overspending. So then, you know, the demands of life become more than what you are earning. So you are going to incur debt. How do we not incur debt? And I know you're going to talk about good debt and bad debt, but how do we end up being in debt because we're not earning as much as we should be earning, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't agree with me.
No, wait. Just wait.
Okay.
Sometimes it's better to know how much you think you're worth.
Meaning?
Meaning your skills and abilities. You must be able to price them nicely, and you can be able to sell them in the workplace for more money. It's just as a side issue. I'm just saying, by the way, okay? Because oftentimes I've heard that story over and over and over again, and some of the people, when I ask them, how much do you think you're worth? If you're saying that you are earning little money, how much should you be earning? And there's silence. But silence in the court, there's nothing.
Okay.
Nothing comes
because
through.
We don't know what our worth is.
Because you don't know exactly. If you understand yourself well and understand the skills and the abilities that you have, you can actually price them in the marketplace. And you can start to price yourself, so much so that in your current job, when you do a very good job, ultimately you are able to look outside for something else that is better, that will give you far much more money than the one you're getting now, and the money that you think you deserve.
Right.
And you're able to justify why you think you're worth that money. But just coming back to your question, there is no doubt that the cost of living is actually creeping into people's lifestyles. Right now we are faced with e-tolls, and people are very unhappy. And inflation keeps on going up and increasing prices, food prices. And one lady was actually telling me the other day that without spending anything more on her budget, she's now spending almost 260 Rand more per month on top of her budget. Okay, so there is no doubt that the living costs are actually there. Here is how we buffer ourselves against that. When we earn money and we are about to spend it, what we need to be asking ourselves is, what is it that I want? When do I want it? How soon do I actually want it? And be able to wait for certain things, because the secret to a lifestyle creep is saving.
And we're not doing that.
We're not doing it.
Are we living
we
above our
means? We are pushing ourselves to the limit. If you're going to earn that 10,000 Rand, you want to make sure that 10,000 Rand is almost kaput. And in fact, the current debt levels now, I think, are sitting at, for every single 100 Rand that a person earns, we spend 76 Rand of that servicing debt.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, if we can be cautious enough, even if you it's not even being overcautious, if we can spend at least 50% of our money servicing debt, and I even believe it's a bit high. We should be spending at least between 33 and 35% of our money servicing debt, so that we can be able to have our living expenses pretty comfortably. We must have our emergency funding pretty comfortably, because when you do have this lifestyle creep, your emergency funding helps you, because and then you don't feel. We had a recession. When was this? In 2008. I was wondering, how does the recession affect people? Because I didn't have a lot of debt to carry, so I had my salary at that time, and I could spend and I could eat as much as I want, because I didn't feel the pressure of a lifestyle creep.
How did you not have debt?
Well, it was just the house and the car, and that was it.
Okay.
I did not have clothing account. I don't have micro lending accounts. I don't have I don't have, I don't have, I don't have. And that's how I choose to live my life. For me, debt freaks me out. I stress, I don't sleep, and I think being over indebted is even worse, because then you have companies calling you, harassing you, and asking you, when do you think you will be able to make this payment? I see people every day who are living like that, and I can make a conscious choice and say, I don't want to live like that. Even if I could be earning 1,000 rand, it's okay. I will try and live off 500 rand to make sure that I remain sane here.
I asked you a question. Is our lifestyle, what's the word? Living beyond our means?
Yes, yes we are. Yes, we are living beyond our means, and the reason for that is that we want it all at the same time. We want it now. We don't want to wait for anything. Just yesterday I met a guy, he sent me his spreadsheet, because if somebody tells me that they're in debt, I'm saying, here's my spreadsheet, fill it in, let me have a look. Only figures will talk to me. And I realize earning 40,000 rand and having an 800,000 rand worth of a car, and then buying your dad a 350,000 rand worth of a car, and having 3 or 4 credit cards, each at least 62,000 rand. How do you do that?
Oh, on 40,000.
And he was the first one to say, you know what? I realized my mistake. He said, I was too impatient. I did not want to wait, and I wanted it all now, because I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be in the number of those people who are counting, saying, he's doing well. Look at the car. The brother looks good. In debt.
Okay, give us tips on how to get out of debt. The first one is do not spend.
I would say spend as little as you can. Okay? If you have an expensive car that you cannot afford, why not change it? And I know that a lot of people, I have recommended this, and they think that it's like a status drop. And I'm saying, so what? Yeah, your money sucks right now. And yeah, you need a status drop. And guess what? The status drop is going to save you. I have told people that you're living in a place, you're renting, you're paying a fortune, you're paying for somebody else's bond. Hey, dude, go and look for something a little cheaper. If you have to go back to your back room at home and you rent a room at your mother's house or at your neighbor's house so that you can actually pay less. One guy followed it. It was very, very painful, but he said it is the best thing that he could have done for himself, because now he's almost 3/4, almost finished in paying for his debt. And we are scared to scale down because of what people are going to say. So we often spend so much money trying to please people who don't even like us.
You also suggest that you've got to stick to a fixed amount that you have in your head and what your bank is saying per week. I have 10 rand to spend that week, and that's it.
Yeah. But then if you save also, remember, there are some eventualities that happen. Life is not a straight line, okay? Things happen. And if you know that you have spare money saved up somewhere, should an emergency come through, you have something. You don't have to go to the bank or you go to a microlender to go and borrow money. Then you are actually covered. So you live like a normal person, and you'll be happy.
Keeping a notebook? Should you keep a notebook?
You can, yeah.
Of everything that you spend, every single thing that you spend.
If you're struggling with keeping money in your pocket, what I highly suggest is that when you have money in your purse or in your pocket, in your wallet, have a little notebook. Write everything that you spend your money on. You'll find out others spend it on scoppers and giving people money for parking. You spend it on magazines, on cigarettes, on cool drinks and chips and all the other stuff. And in fact, by the end of that week or end of 2 weeks, if you go back and really look at where you actually spend money, it's shocking. It will really
as you're talking,
you.
I mean, I love Frizo chinos.
Yes.
And a Frizo chino costs 32
35
rand.
bucks, yeah.
Is it 35?
About 35 bucks.
No,
yeah.
in my place 32.
Yeah. Times that by 10. That's 350 bucks.
I didn't think about that.
No, yeah. And also I have met people who also like to go to the bank almost every day. We withdrawal of like 100 rand here. I'm not too sure what the bank charges are now, But when there was one new bank that started and their bank charges were like maybe 4 rand per shot, you know, go there about 10 times, that's now 40 rand a month, and times that by 12,
and everything all adds up. She's making so much sense.
Everything adds up.
She really is. Our lines are open for your calls on 086 2233 303 or tweet me Nolene3 Talk. With the holiday season approaching and possible bonuses on the way, how can you ensure you use your extra money to put your best financial foot forward in 2014? Winnie will have the answers after the break.